Good morning, children. We are starting with the structure of DNA. And in my previous lecture, we have already seen the structure of the nucleotide and how the nucleotides are joined together to form the polymer of the nucleotide. Now, see, what we have already discussed in case of structure that was given by the Watson and Crick. The first point was, it is double strand. Double strand. Okay, double strand structure. Or it is also called as, it is double helix. Okay, this was the first point. And how it is double strand, this we have already seen. I had already drawn these two, 5 prime, 3rd prime, then 3rd prime and 5 prime. Okay, now on this basis only, what we can write down, these two strands are anti-parallel to each other. This point is also clear. So these are the points given by the Watson and Crick. Second point. Okay. Now see the third point. These nucleotides are like these strands. These anti-parallel strands are made up of nucleotide, or you can also write it is made up of polymer of nucleotide. So these 3 points are 100% clear to you. Now see the next point, children. Normally, when we draw the structure of the DNA, okay, then we draw as I have already drawn when I was giving you the structure of the polymer of nucleotide. Okay, pentose sugar along with the nitrogen base along with the phosphoric acid, they all are joined together in the anti-parallel way. Anti-parallel way. Okay, now see, these anti-parallel is also called as double helical structure. It means these are arranged in such a way that without crossing each other, they are coiled. Okay, they are coiled without crossing each other. It is same as a circular ladder or circular staircase. Okay, we all have seen these type of staircases somewhere, either in the shops and all, that the staircases, how they are single, they are moving like this and they do not cross each other. The two parallel lines, without crossing each other, they move in the circular way. Clear? So this is the model of the DNA given by the Watson and Crick, called as the double helical model. If we try to draw the structure, then see how we will draw. Now, points are clear. Only we have to draw the double helical structure. Okay. Now, suppose if I draw, this is the chain of a polynucleotide. Okay. Like this. This is the complete structure. Okay, I am drawing it. See. Now you join them. Just to show the 3D model, we can join them. Suppose this is the one side of the polynucleotide, children. Okay. Now if we are writing 3rd prime here, suppose this is 3rd prime, then this will be the 5th prime. Now see the double strand. As I told you, this is the double strand structure. So we can draw one more strand. Now suppose I am drawing this 2nd strand. Like this. Okay. Like this. Now, if I have tried my level best, if it is possible, then can you imagine that these are the two sides of the ladder which are not crossing each other, but they are running parallel, anti-parallel, like they are running parallel to each other. This we will see afterwards that how it is anti-parallel. Okay, so these are the two sides of the ladder. Without crossing each other, they are moving up. So this is the double helical structure. Now it is anti-parallel. If this side 3rd prime is free and this side 5 prime is free, then this side 3rd prime will be free and this side 5 prime will be free. Okay, so this is the double helical module of the structure given by the Watson and Crick. Now, what the Watson and Crick had observed in this case, they have taken the diameter of this DNA. So this is the structure of the DNA now, and they have taken the diameter of the DNA. Suppose if I draw one axis in between, that I'll draw like this. Suppose if I draw the axis like this, then this will be the diameter. Okay, and they found that the diameter of the DNA is 20 angstrom. Okay, it is 20 angstrom. And now children, some more points are clear to you. The DNA has a fold. Okay, now this fold is called as groove. As the groove is not very deep, so we can write down this is the shallow groove. Okay, and see, this is the deeper side. So we can simply mark it as deep groove. Now, one shallow groove along with one deeper groove, they will form one complete rotation of the DNA. Now see, suppose if I am here, this is the base of the DNA. From here it will start, it will rotate, I am simply rotating from here. It will rotate, come here, again when it will come here, then only it will form 360, one complete rotation. That is starting from this point, moving and once again coming here, upside, again starting from this side, moving and coming here. Now see, simply I am moving up, so I am not crossing anything. I have already started from here. See, like this, one complete circle, again move, second complete circle, again move, third complete circle. So without crossing each other, the two lines, they are moving and moving like this. Okay. Now, when they are forming one complete 360-degree rotation, then the Watson and Crick found that this 360-degree rotation, suppose if we start from here, okay, then this is the half, like moving in front of this, then again this will be your one complete rotation, because from here again we are going to start with the next groove. Okay. Now, so they found that this is complete 36 angstrom in length. So what is this? This is about, 34 angstrom, not 36. This is 34 angstrom. Okay. So now this is the second important point. Third, now what things we have got? Already we have read the 3 points, that it is a double helical structure. After that we have seen that these are anti-parallel and they are made up of the polymer of the nucleotide. 3 points are already done. This is the fourth point, that is the diameter is 20 angstrom. Okay. Now one circle is equal to, like 360-degree rotation, this you know very well, will be of 34 angstrom. So height of one circle is 34 angstrom. Now children, in between 34 angstrom, there are 10 nitrogen base pairs. 10 nitrogen bases. As I told you that A is equal to T, C is equal to G. So ATCG all together there are 10 nitrogen bases. So if we draw these nitrogen bases, then what we can see, suppose if I start from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now suppose these are the 10 nitrogen bases. Now just imagine, and all the distance between the nitrogen bases are same. So can you guess the distance between the two nitrogen base? Because the total length is 34 angstrom and there are 10 nitrogen bases. So the distance between the two nitrogen base, that is, I am talking about this much, children. Okay, the distance between the two will be 3.4 angstrom. So our next point will be the distance between the two consecutive nitrogen base will be 3.4. Okay, what we can write? The next point, 3, then 4, then 5, then 6th point will be the distance between two nitrogen bases will be 3.4 angstrom. Okay. So this is the structure of the DNA explained by Watson and Crick. Okay. One more point he has given, that this rotation, as I told you children, the rotation is like this. So in which direction my hand is moving? See, what I have said, it is circular. Okay. So I am rotating like this. Again like this. So it is in the clockwise direction. So what we can write? We can write that helix is in clockwise direction. This is important point, children. Note it down, because on this basis only we can go to the different types of DNA. Although this is not the part of our syllabus, but actually there are the 5 more different types of DNA. In some DNA we can find out the base pairs, total 8 base pairs. In some of the DNA we have seen that there are 9.5 base pairs. In third type of DNA everything is okay, 10 is okay, but the direction is the anti-clockwise, but here it is clockwise. So the direction of this one will be clockwise. Structure will be anti-parallel to each other without crossing each other. Everything was explained by the Watson and Crick. So this is the model of the DNA given by him. Okay. Now rest we'll do in the next video, that is the base pair rule as well as the Chargaff's rule, and then we'll begin with the structure of RNA. Thank you.